welcome to the CBS Weekend News. I'm David Begnaud. Thank you for joining us. A man who had just been fired from his job shot and killed 5 of his co-workers, including the HR manager who was in the room when he got fired. All of that is according to police in Aurora, Illinois. The mass shooting happened at the Henry Pratt manufacturing plant. The 5 victims died before police could stop the gunman by killing him. Adriana Diaz is there.
He opened fire right after the termination.
Investigators say 45-year-old Gary Martin had just been fired in a meeting when he allegedly shot and killed all 3 people present, including a student intern. 911 calls started flooding in at 1:24 p.m. Friday.
Aurora is requesting as many ambulances as possible for an active shooter with many injuries.
Police say the first officers were on the scene by 1:28. Then, just 2 minutes later, the suspect, who was at a window, shot an officer who was outside. By 1:34, the suspect struck 4 more officers inside, wounding 5 policemen total, all within those first 6 minutes. Investigators say the scene then went quiet as the shooter ran. Search teams spent 90 minutes trying to find the gunman in the 29,000-square-foot facility.
He was in a back machine shop at the very back corner of the building. He was probably waiting for us to get to him there. It was just a very short gunfight, and it was over.
Police shot the suspect dead. Aurora Police Chief Kristen Zeman says the suspect was in illegal possession of a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson handgun equipped with a laser.
Some disgruntled person walked in and had access to a firearm that he shouldn't have had access to.
Investigators say he first purchased the weapon legally with a firearms owner's identification card. But when he applied for a concealed carry permit days later, a fingerprint screening turned up an aggravated assault conviction from 1995.
Once this felony conviction was discovered, the offender's conceal and carry permit was rejected and his FOID card was revoked by the Illinois State Police.
And is he supposed to volunteer the weapon?
The letter states that he needs to voluntarily relinquish the weapon, and we're looking into whether we followed up on that and what agencies followed up on that.
The chief credits the strong law enforcement response of more than 200 officers for ending the workplace rampage.
And we believe that officers saved lives that day by getting there as fast as they did.
Adriana, what else do we know about the suspect's criminal history, his temperament?
Well, David, he'd been arrested 6 times before this incident for reasons relatively minor, like those related to traffic incidents, to others that are relatively major, like those related to domestic violence. His last arrest was in 2017 for disorderly conduct and damage to property. Now, we spoke to one of his neighbors who said he was a pretty quiet guy, but other people in the neighborhood also said that he was odd. And his family is also speaking out. His mother and sister reportedly said that he'd been stressed out lately, that he'd been depressed because he was getting fired. That would indicate that he knew that this firing was coming yesterday, but police haven't said whether or not this shooting was premeditated. David?
Adriana, thank you.